All right, we're diving straight into a really potent idea today. It's a framework that poses a huge challenge. What if you could make the next 3 months of your life more impactful, more powerful than the last 10 years combined? It's a bold claim, so let's break down how it's supposed to work.
So, this is the core question, right? Can you really pack a decade of progress into a single quarter? Now, according to the strategy we're exploring, the answer is a hard yes, but only if you're willing to completely change the game. It all starts with a total reset of how you think.
And that's our first phase, the mindset war. Look, before you make a single financial move, before you learn any new skills, the real battle happens between your ears. We're not talking about small tweaks or positive affirmations here. This is about an aggressive, all-out psychological shift.
I mean, listen to the language here. You're not starting a new plan. You are declaring a 90-day financial war against mediocrity. That's the framing. It's about drawing a line in the sand once and for all and deciding that the old way of doing things is officially your enemy.
So what does fighting a mindset war actually look like day to day? Well, here are the rules of engagement. First, you just stop having conversations that drag you down. You know, the gossip, the negativity, the stuff that insults the future you're trying to build. Second, you go on an information diet. You fast from financial ignorance, and instead, you study wealth every single day. Third, that fuzzy idea of someday I'll be rich gets thrown out. It gets replaced with hard, non-negotiable deadlines. And finally, and this one is a game changer, you have to start thinking about ownership, not just employment.
Let's really break that last point down because it's everything. See, employment thinking keeps you in a loop. You trade your time for salary, your sense of security is tied to that one paycheck, and your earning potential, well, it has a ceiling. Ownership thinking flips the entire script. You're not just working, you're building systems, you're building assets. Your security comes from the value you create in the world, and because of that, your earning potential becomes, well, basically unlimited. Once you've got that ownership mindset locked in, it's time for phase 2, the value play. With your mind primed for battle, your next move is to arm yourself with a weapon the marketplace just can't ignore, and that weapon is a high-value skill.
Now, what do we mean by a high-income skill? This isn't just being good at something. It's a very specific expertise that solves a very expensive problem for somebody else. It's a skill so valuable that it commands a premium price, whether you have a traditional job or not. This is your key to unlocking serious income.
So here's your mission, straight up. For the next 90 days, your focus is singular. You need to identify just one, high-income skill and go all in on mastering it. Don't get distracted, don't try to learn 5 things at once. Pick one thing, whether it's sales, coding, digital marketing, whatever, and become obsessed with it. And to make that one skill even more powerful, you need to learn what the source calls the languages of money. Think of these as force multipliers. You need to understand negotiation so you get paid what you're worth. You need to understand sales so you can communicate that value. You need to understand systems so you can scale beyond just your own time and effort. And you have to learn about investing and raising capital so your money can start working for you.
Okay, so you've got the warrior mindset. You're building a high-income skill. Now comes phase 3, and this is where the rubber really meets the road. It's the capital shift. This is all about one simple thing. Where does your money go? Honestly, this might be the most crucial piece of the puzzle.
And it all boils down to this one timeless principle. It is the core difference between people who build wealth and people who don't. You have to build assets, not liabilities. And that means you have to be willing to delay gratification. You have to be able to say no to the shiny object today so you can own the factory that makes it tomorrow. The choice becomes crystal clear when you look at it like this. Is your cash flowing towards consumption and liabilities? You know, the new car that loses value the second you drive it off the lot, the emotional spending, the stuff that literally costs you money to own. Or is it being strategically deployed into assets? Things like land, real estate, systems that make money while you sleep, and investments that just keep compounding.
To really hammer this point home, let's look at a quick case study. Picture this. It's 1990. 2 different people have the exact same amount of money, 20 million naira. They're at a crossroads, and the choice they each make is going to have massive ripples for decades to come.
Just look at these 2 outcomes. It's incredible. The first person, the musician, used the money to build a luxury house, a liability. Today, that house is old and just needs constant repairs. The second person, the banker, use the exact same amount of money to build an asset, a bank. Today, that asset is a massive cash-producing enterprise. One choice was consumption, the other was creation. The difference is staggering.
And here's another quick, powerful example of asset acquisition. Think about this, 16 million naira in the year 2000. If you put that into a plot of land in a growing area like Asokoro in Abuja, today it would be worth over $1 billion. $1 billion. That same cash sitting in a bank account would have been eaten alive by inflation. That's the power of putting your capital into something that grows.
So all of this, the mindset, the skills, the capital strategy, it all leads us to the final and most important phase, the mandate to execute. Because let's be real, a brilliant strategy is completely useless if it just sits in a notebook. Knowledge without action is just trivia.
And this right here is the mantra for this final phase. Choose speed over perfection. So many of us get stuck in analysis paralysis, right? We wait for the perfect plan, the perfect time, the perfect conditions, which never come. The key is to just move. Take messy, imperfect action. Momentum is so much more valuable than perfection.
Ultimately, you have to build the habit of execution, and this checklist is your guide. It means acting even when you're scared. It means executing something, anything, every single day without excuses. It means refusing to think small. It means taking what you earn and aggressively reinvesting it. And it means focusing on cash flow, the actual money hitting your bank account, not just imaginary profit on a spreadsheet.
And so, that's where we land. This isn't just some interesting theory. The phases are clear, the strategy is laid out. The only variable left is you. The clock on your 90-day war, it starts right now. So the only real question left is, what's your first move? What are you going to execute today?